I'm struggling like big time with, I don't know what it is. I just hate it. Like I get up in the morning and there's a huge dread. I don't want to go. Like it takes me forever to get up and there's no passion. I think part of it is the product, but I don't think it's a bad product. So I think it's just me. I don't have any passion for it. I think that's part of it. The other part of it could just be fear. But I wake up and I'm like, my head gets tight. I hate it. Like I really absolutely hate it. Like it's just bad. I just feel I feel like I just don't know how much longer I can like hold on to it with like hating something so much.
Yeah, and well, I mean that's sometimes we do things that we have to do, or we feel we have to do, and we die a little bit each day. I don't know anything that God's ever called me to, or anybody that I know, or what I read in the Bible, that it doesn't mean it won't be hard or difficult, but you don't have that kind of hate and that dread. Even when people were in prison in the Bible, even when people were going through great hardships, when they were right with God, they had peace and joy. That doesn't mean you had fun and happiness, but they had peace and joy.
Yeah.
So I premise my life based on that.
Okay.
And, we'll try to cut down to what I'm not God.
Yeah.
Obviously. But, we'll try to find out what maybe God has put in you.
Yeah.
And then even if this is the job temporarily that you should continue to do, how can you be successful at it? And, whatever you do, I try to be the best at everything I can be. That doesn't mean I am the best, but the best I can be. And that's what you should want to do, be the best you can be. And especially with jobs and careers. One time I went to a company, and I'm talking from before I got hired, I just knew something was wrong. And once I got there, I was like, no, this isn't right. And this isn't where I'm supposed to be. And I know this sounds stupid, but I prayed about it. And I was like, I really felt I'm supposed to finish training and make sure I land on top so they can't ever come back and say, Dave can't cut it, Dave's a quitter. Even though they lied to me about the nature of the job, they lied to me about the money involved, they lied to me about pretty much everything. I wasn't going to leave until I was on top. So what I basically did is I went through training. It's like 3 months of training, got into the real world. It was something ridiculous. Like God allowed me within a week or two to be the top salesman, and I knocked out the guy who was there for like 30 years.
That's crazy.
Everybody's like cheering. They didn't know I had a pocket cam in case any kind of any legal ramifications came up from it. And they're all cheering, congratulations, you're number one. And then I resigned an hour later. So I just didn't want anybody. I want to be above reproach. Nobody could accuse me of not being able to cut it. So you might be in a situation where you do walk away, or you do finish what you started, or you continue with it for years. But we'll try to evaluate that.
Okay.
All right, so let's start in prayer. You want to open, or you want me to?
You can open prayer.
Lord, thank you for your love, and thank you for always being with us. And I help Tasheka and I now to truly just be still and to hear your voice, and to know how we can glorify you, how we can be a light that shines for you so that others can see you. And Lord, help our life to be about you. And as we talk professional, it all is intertwined. So from the top to the bottom and everything in between, please, Lord, show us your will and your way for our life. Show if there's any unclean thing in us that we need to get right. And then fill us with your Holy Spirit and help us, God, to shine again, not for our glory and finances, but for truly glorifying you and just, to love people of the world so they know you and grow with you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, so what's your passion? What do you like? Forget money. Did you know if money was no object?
I don't know exactly what I want to do, but what I can tell you is I love to help people. That's what I love to do that. Like I even thought about like even getting into like maybe even ministry work, but I just really love to help people. Like that's my thing. Like if I can help you, then we can like move on. And that's what
without using the name of the company, what type of product or service are you selling now?
Okay, so right now I'm selling it's insurance, but it's a specialty insurance. Okay, so it's for like cancer, heart and stroke, and accident. Okay. So cancer is kind of like the topic, and they're it's a very kind of sensitive topic. That's okay. Like I've dealt with a lot of family members that have been sick from it and different things like that. So that's basically what we do. We just sell like a specialty insurance. We don't have anything to do with health insurance. We help protect you financially if you were to like get sick with cancer or heart and stroke or something.
Okay. I've helped people in this arena before.
Yeah.
So now when you're helping people, what is the part you hate? Because do you believe that this is a need people have?
I believe for some people, yes, and some people, no. I'll run across a few people. Some people will say that their insurance completely pays for everything, right?
Okay.
But we don't really help with that. We help with out-of-pocket expenses. So we pay you money per day you're in the hospital. We pay you money when you initially diagnosed with cancer. If you don't use it all, you get all your money back within 25 years. Or
Okay.
75, whichever one comes first. So a lot of people will look at it like a savings account. Then other people I've met, like I met a lady yesterday, she said that she's still paying off, she was a cancer survivor, she's still paying off her bill. She had $8,000 that she's still paying off because that was an out-of-pocket expense that the insurance didn't cover. So for her, it would have been very useful.
So what you're saying is it works for some people, for others it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in it for the people it works for. So who's your ideal customer? Like if you
that's a problem I have. So let me tell you how we get customers, right?
Okay.
So I just go every single business. I go from town to town. They say get a map, right? And business to business to business to business to business, all the way across, right? So they say anybody can get cancer, so the product's for anybody. The goal is to go in and try to get you try to meet the decision maker ultimately, because if you can get like a presentation, like for instance, I did land a presentation within adult daycare for their employees and their workers, because employers like it to offer to their employees because it's something that they don't have to fund. And we just we stay around, we kind of meet with the employees, we go over it. Now, the product is never pushed. So even in the speech, we say, if you like it, if it's your budget, if you see value in it, great. We can get you enrolled. If you don't like it, if it doesn't fit your budget, at the same token, be comfortable telling us no. But I hate the fact that there's no like target market, and I'm like going to business to business to business to business, and that's kind of what I hate the most about it. That's what gives me the most anxiety.
All right, write down these notes quickly. We'll touch back to them.
Okay.
Write down. Oh, sorry. You got a pen and paper?
Yep, I got it.
All right. I'm going to grab my notebook as well.
Actually, I want to grab something more concrete. Okay.
All right, we're both back.
Okay.
All right. So just write down the words target.
Okay.
Write down the word value.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go to employers, you said you're doing business to business.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they train you to go business to business?
Well,
and some of these questions I'm asking you were, I kind of know the answers, but I'm also trying to make sure that there's no gaps in your thought process. So
gotcha.
It sounds silly.
No, it's good. I'm glad you're asking. Okay, so basically, you can start off residential, okay? So you can start going door to door for this. Mm-hmm. I have no idea. Well, me and my boss, she was like, where do you kind of want to start? And she kind of thought that I would do good business to business. Right off the bat, when I was going out with her, even just kind of training, before I would go out, she's already established her market. So they say you go out, go to each business, and you'll find your niche, right? You'll find a group of people that you connect with that work well for you. Her niche is the fire department, but she found out after going through millions and millions of businesses. So she told me that she thought I could do either residential or business, but she chose to start me off in the business market. So they say, anybody can get cancer. The business market can be more lucrative down the road because you're going to have more of an audience. But initially, it starts off slower because you have to kind of establish yourself.
Got you. Now, how many clients do you currently have, or are you just starting out from scratch?
You start out from scratch. So I have no clientele. I don't have a clientele base at all.
Okay. If you were to think like of your boss's clients or other people in the company's clients, who's like the ideal client? And I know you're saying there's different niches, but who's like the typical ideal client? Is it just that go-getting individual who has a bunch of family and friends? Or is it that business owner with 20 employees, with 200 employees? Where's the goal? Where's that nugget?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest, but I would assume it like truck drivers, commercial, like trash, what do you call it? What do you call people that pick up the trash? Trash?
Yeah, like sanitation workers.
Yeah. They are, because they're dealing with fumes and stuff. They're more likely to get cancer. Not definitely, we can never say that, but like more if you're like in a business where you're dealing with lots of chemicals and different things like that. I personally could see a market there, but they say find your niche. Like just go out, you go to everyone. Like one time we were driving down and she's like, what, did you go to that business? But it was like a Wells Fargo. And I was like, I'm not going, like, and I feel like I'm almost, I guess another thing is I feel like I'm almost imposing on those businesses, because when I'm coming in, I don't feel comfortable because I don't have an appointment. And I feel like, honestly, at this point, I couldn't sell this to somebody who came up to me and said, hey, I want this. Because I have, like, the passion is just a little gone because of the hate for what I'm, like, so far. Because getting up every day, just doing the same thing that I hate doing is kind of getting to me. And I was like even showing it to a family member yesterday, and they're like, you don't even have any passion for it. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, and that's just it. To me, which classes, I don't know if we took management together, sales together, business 101. I don't remember which classes we took.
A management class together.
All right, management. Okay, so we didn't really cover a lot of selling in that class. It was management, planning, control.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. Yep.
Okay. Sales is, to me, helping people. I'm not a like the stereotypical car salesman. There's a lot of good car salesmen out there. I don't mean that derogatory in any way. But when you think of the fast talking, steal somebody's money, the first industries that most people think of is like car sales. That's why it just came out of my mouth. But forgive me, I didn't mean to offend you.
No.
Many of my friends are great car salesmen. They have integrity. But saying that, I really believe, and I've lived my whole life, sales is helping people. So what you're going to do is you are going to find a product or service you believe in, and then you're going to go through, everybody has different techniques and different styles. Zig Ziglar, he's dead now. He's passed away, but his kids and some business people carry his name on, and he's got like all sorts of books out there you can buy and purchase. But excuse me, I got a cold. From everything I know about that guy, solid guy, super salesman, but he didn't do it taking advantage of people. He did work on their wants, because you can sell people stuff in different 4 key ways. Do they want it, which is number 1?
Yeah.
Do you need it, which is number 2? Should they have it, which is number 3? And then, I have to, I want to, I need to, I should. All right? So that's kind of what you're dealing with. You could say, I really should work out. Well, that's not going to get you off the couch, okay? I need to work out. That's still not going to get you off the couch. Man, I have to start working out. That might get you off the couch. And I want to work out. That is going to get you off the couch. You see the difference in those 4?
Yeah.
Selling's the same way. People will buy mostly what they want.
Yeah.
That's why you have industries that are built on cigarettes. Yeah, I mentioned that in one of those other videos. Cigarettes, soda. I mean, you look at the stuff people buy, cable television, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with cable, but when you don't make enough money to pay your bills and you're eating ramen, but you have a $180 subscription to cable television, It just shows backwards thinking, and our society promotes it. So you have to first see that your product isn't sexy. Nobody wants to deal with what you're selling. Okay? It's hard to face death. Now, there's a small select group of people that think, forward thinkers, planners, embrace reality. I mean, those are great clients, but you have to target and find those. And then the other part with that market, they've priority bought. Now, that doesn't mean they all have. You can get in there. But I'm just trying to open up your thinking a little. Now, if you go business to business, now I'm going to try to throw out some ideas. And I'm not planning to solve your problems in, 30-minute session. And we're not going to cure cancer. And that's for Miss America to do, right? Yeah. But what we're going to do is just try to help you. So in a nutshell, the first thing I do is I pray to God and ask, is this what I should be doing? Okay. If there's another option out there that you're passionate about, like you say you love helping people, there's a million ways to help people. Yeah. So try to really key in on what you love most. If you have a passion, I know it sounds pick anything, racquetball. If you have a passion for kayaking, if you have a passion for helping homeless people, if you have a passion for focusing on corporate executive single moms, I mean, you can literally find the most crazy, outlandish thing and find a group of people in the world right now that will buy your product. Yeah. You said you love yo-yoing, right? Glow dark yo-yo juggling. There's a group of people in the world that you can get online right now and find them. Yeah. They're there. So when people say they don't have a market or, there's no opportunity or the economy's tough, I mean, honestly, we've all said that stuff, but some people say it more than others. It's really us. It's really excuses we're making. So, I remember people, I had all sorts of jobs and they complained the economy's bad and the money's not there and nobody's buying. And while they were in back complaining to the boss and the owner and writing emails to corporate, I was selling, making all sorts of money. So I loved when they complained because it made me money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of the first step you have to look at. Is this what you should be doing? Is this what you want to be doing? If how long have you been doing this?
Well, I ended I was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Okay. I ended that in May. And I prayed about the decision to leave. I've been praying about it for a while, but I stayed there for almost 2 years. I prayed about the decision to leave. I was looking for open doors. I was applying everywhere. And then my boss kind of came into my life. She kind of sold to a couple people in my church. And she kind of came in and she's a really good, she's a really, really, really good boss. I did pray about it. I don't know. I don't know if maybe sales is it, maybe just not this. But then at the same time, I'm should I not give it up? But like I said, I'm just miserable, miserable. It's sucking life out of me instead of putting life in me.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way because sales is helping people. Sales is saying you're listening to the need. Here, we'll go through the 7 steps. But true sales is helping people. So you prepare, you know your product, the competitor's product, yourself, you've prepared for this meeting. Then you greet the client, whether it's a first time or whether warm embrace and you first meet again. Excuse me. You qualify the client, you listen to their needs, you see what their pain is, what their problems are, and you're thinking the whole time, do I have a true solution for this? Can I help them? Yeah. So you prepare, you greet, you qualify, then you demo. Now, demo could be physical. Hey, look at my blender. Or it could be, here's an explanation of my product, my service. Then the close, you hear the jokes, ABCs, always be closing. Well, there should be a strategy and, working people up, building value. It's a funnel process, 100%. But as a Christian and as someone using your foresight, you're valuing the whole time, is this something they really need? I was just with a gentleman today. I signed an account with a company I consult with. Okay. And it was half of most of the reps' annual quota. And I looked at that guy and told him the truth. If you don't want to come, don't come. If this isn't the right fit, don't come. don't come unless this is good for you.
Yeah.
He called me up late last night to come today because he said, you're the only person that's been honest with me. And he's like, I know you have my best interest at heart. So this was the right fit. I told him it was the right fit. I let him make his own decision, and he bought. So I don't really try to make clients. I try to, again, I'm not saying it super spiritually, but I really try to glorify God, help people, give them solutions that bring them value, not just me money.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I want to make friends. And I can say God's given me the ability to do that. Man, it's great making friends through business because then you get lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to hose them, you know? Yeah. And if you like to help people, sales would be a good fit for you. You just may not be selling the right thing, or that's an industry of what you're doing, insurance. Do you know the slogan?
Yeah. No, I never heard the slogan. Maybe.
Right. I don't want to be crude, so there's going to be a customer involved, but the industry that you're in, it's hire the masses and fire their... That's their slogan. Yeah. Their whole mantra is take all the new people you can.
Uh-huh.
They get excited, go out, sign their family and friends and everybody they know. Mm-hmm. They're not going to last very long, but then we retain all those policies, and on top of it, we don't have to pay commission.
Yeah.
So the insurance industry is infamous for that, hiring the masses and then firing their...
Okay, but let me tell you, that's why I get confused, right? Because this is one of the few insurance company that has like a great company culture, right? Okay. My boss is amazing, right? Okay. She will not hire you if she doesn't think she's a fit, because we're in like our group, right? And she talks about like how like Aflac, they hire like... Sorry.
It's all right.
They hire a ton of people, right? Like other companies, you know, that are similar to us. That's like the only one similar to us. They hire like a ton of people. They don't do that. They have a great company culture. A lot of them are Christians, but
I got you.
Yeah. But it still helps dealing with, at least people have some type of morals, right? But then I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, I can't jump on board.
It's not wrong with you. You either need, there's one of two things. You don't have the right product or service. And I'm saying this because I do know you personally. I mean, we spent a couple of years together at the college.
Yeah.
For you, you are a people person. You do want to help people. So sales would be an easy fit for you. Well, let me say this. There's three possible things that I can think of. Number one, you just haven't had a good experience out of the gate. So it's just become very demotivating.
Yeah.
Number two, this isn't the place God has for you. You belong somewhere else, okay? Which you probably question, and that can be either God leading you or you holding yourself back. Yeah. You know, you're the saying you get off the fence.
Yeah.
Side, okay? And the third thing is, you might be great at helping people, but you might have a overdeveloped sense of what right is, and you may think that accepting money in any form for any service to help someone's wrong. And some people have that mental hang up.
No.
You have that? Okay, good. Then the one's off the table. So now you're in the wrong place. You just had a bad experience. If you're in the wrong place, that's between you and God. I'm not going to address that, but don't write off sales because of this experience. So what we're going to finish this conversation up with is, how can we help you turn what you're doing today into a positive experience? And even if you move on, have success before you go, success being defined as fulfilling your job, selling policies, making contacts. That way you can leave on top reputation. You can also leave on top mentally for yourself. And then you have confidence for whatever else you move forward. Because you don't have an easy sale, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. So exactly. What do you think about? You have a target market. And the reason why they tell you to go business to business is because if you get one owner, that might expand to 200 employees, 50 employees. So you're trying to do greater results with less work. That's the theory behind going business to business in the industry you're in. You made a comment about how you present it. Now, you may say it differently to customers, but the phraseology you used to me regarding value was you said, if you see value in this, sign up. If not, no worries. Is that how you say it to a customer?
No, you have to do like this whole build up called a buying. I'm sure you know, like a buying atmosphere where
I'm just kidding.
where you kind of sit back and like you talk to them. You're like, and you ask a couple questions before that, and then you kind of go into if you like it and you see value in it, you give them like a big thumbs up. But then you kind of let them off the hook, so they're not like have that pressure of I have to buy this.
All right, time out right there. What you just said is going back. That's what I heard the first time. You said you're building up, and if you see value in it, thumbs up. That's like a association. It's like, you're making a positive association. You're with your finger next to it to draw their attention. It's sales, magicians, con men. Everybody uses that technique, right? Yeah, okay. So you're trying to take the theories, the psychology, the professionalism, and use it for God, pure, which you are. But you use the word if twice.
Yeah.
If you see value. Right there, that's killing you. Because I'm questioning your belief in the product.
Okay.
And you're going to say assume the sale. You don't want to assume anything in life. Like you said earlier, you assume this is my target market.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Don't assume anything. You should be right now, one of your key action points from this is finding out who the best salespeople are in the company and looking at who their clients are. And whoever the highest performers are, who are their client? That's a good key to who you should be going after. Then also, you should also be saying, how are they getting them? So if you can get ride-alongs, phone calls, conference calls, anything you can to pick their brain, man, you need to start building. You need to start putting challenges in front of yourself and making this fun. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Tell me about it.
So if you're going out each day and you're not getting results, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Even the greatest salesperson in the world would be depressed, Now you hear people say, like you asked one of the questions, it's a game of numbers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a game of numbers, but it's not a game of numbers if I'm always doing the same thing wrong. It's 0, 0, 0. Yeah. That's the only number you're seeing. So I don't want to see zeros, right? You got to figure out. It's like, even looking at basic, if a guy came up to you who was a handsome dude, right?
Yeah.
He came up to you with gross halitosis. What happens to his odds of closing the date?
Yeah, it's done.
Right?
Yeah.
Another handsome guy comes up to you, or same handsome guy, and he has minty fresh breath and a smile that ching. What happens there?
Yeah, then you got him.
So his preparation coming up was just brush your teeth, stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Well, sales is the same way. You might be the same person, but you're approaching it with one mistake you're not considering, one bad habit, one mental hang up. And the one you said is big. You just told me from the beginning you've invested time, you've invested their time, and time is money. You've done the presentation. You say, now if you've seen value, no. Say, you have to assume it. So you'd say phrases like, okay, if you're trying to sell it, say, now that you see the value, you're telling them they see the value.
Yeah, okay.
Or you're saying that, as you can see the values going up and up, what do you think the cost would be? It's like an old tactic, like how much do you think this costs? You actually ask them that, right? And they're like, it's a $10,000 vacuum cleaner. Like, no, that's right, but we're going to give it to you for $2.
Yeah.
So you're building value. You're always thinking about ahead, playing chess, kind of moving them along your pattern, answer a question, bring them back, answer a question, bring them back. That's kind of the pattern you're using, but don't say things like, if you see the value. It's, as you can see, look at the value in this. Can you imagine having this happen to you or one of the ones you loved or one of your employees? That would be terrible without this policy, but with it. So you got to change your mindset. And then that reveals to me, was that just training that nobody picked up on? Or was that?
That was actually what they told me to do. Yeah, I don't, you don't like, you follow something. It's like it's already laid out kind of what to do. Another problem is because we don't do meetings and it's trying to like who you catch, you're trying to open up the book, you know, they're doing stuff and you're like, hey, you have a few minutes, and then you're kind of like going through it. And I guess I'm just not comfortable doing that.
No, and that's the lower end of professional sales.
Yeah.
I mean, there's very few business people who are professional and successful are going to let like a stranger come off the street and give them 30 to 60 minutes of their time.
Yeah.
And it's almost offensive, at least to me,
yeah,
if you come in expecting that. Now, smaller businesses maybe,
yeah,
but not the larger businesses. And that's what you want to go after. American small business definition is less than 500 employees.
Yeah.
So when I say small businesses, that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like 3 employees. I'm saying go, perfect yourself and practice on smaller companies. But then once you get good, why sell it to somebody for 5 employees when you can sell it to 200?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do is change up your verbiage. No if. Always assume the sale.
Yeah.
Even when you're speaking, say, currently, if one of your employees came down with cancer today, they'd have no benefit to give to their family. And that would put incredible pressure on you to provide or not provide and be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But when you sign up for our policy, immediately your employees are covered, their families, and you can rest assured that what you just invested in is more than money. It's people, but it saves you life and frustration. So see how it's just all assumed?
Yeah.
Like, you can change the words. I don't even know half of,
Yeah, sure. You just give me tips, but that's useful. Very useful.
But do you see the approach I took?
Yeah.
It's totally assuming, like, why wouldn't you do this? Are you crazy? I mean, who wouldn't do this?
Yeah.
Because you've already established you believe there's a need and you have a good product or service. So if you know you have a good product or service and you know there's a need, sell it.
Yeah.
You're helping them. So that's something I think you really need to start looking at. Calling on the phone, see, most of the people in that industry are really low-level professionals. Mm-hmm. So they're like, go, 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 go. And they literally take a bag of, it's like taking a bunch of pasta and throwing it on the wall. And then 5 strand sticks, so that's what we keep. That's what they're telling you to do. And they're wearing you out and they're burning through you. And your boss may be a great lady, but she's been trained by these people, and this is how she thinks.
Exactly. That's how she thinks. And she's made a great living out of it. Like, she's made great money out of it. But, like, when I tell her about it, she's like, everybody goes through this in the beginning. Everybody goes through this. But listen, I've been through some tough things throughout my life.
Yeah.
And, like you said, I everything that causes misery like that, I don't know. You can fight through things to get, and I honestly, I'm not saying the product's not a good product. I'm not saying that. No. I don't think it's not. But
is it feast or famine?
Huh?
Is the pay feast or famine, meaning straight commission, or do you get a salary drop?
Straight commission.
Yeah. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what I would do.
Yeah.
You may want to give it one more, college try, so to speak. But I would be looking for alternate employment.
Yeah.
You still have a license. You can still sell this on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, it just takes pressure off you, and you can make connections, and, slow and steady wins the race. I'm a firm believer. But to say that you have to rely on this as your income, and it's something you hate every day, and a little piece of you just dying every day, unless you can really turn it around the next week or two where you can make it fun for yourself, I'd definitely be looking for another option. So sorry, I keep coughing.
No, you're fine. No, that doesn't bother me at all. I guess, and another thing is, like, I guess I keep going back and forth. Like, a couple, like, I'll get advice, and some people are like, you got to stay with it. You got to stay with it. But I'm like, they don't understand sales, right? Because it's a whole nother world. You can stay with a job you don't like because you're getting a paycheck and you're getting benefits every day. I don't recommend that either, but I'm saying it's a little different ballgame, and they don't understand that. But at the same token, part of me is like, well, they have trips you can work for. Another thing is like, I'm like, why would God put me? Why, I prayed about this. Why would He? I went to Tennessee for training. I went through their sales academy, like came back. I'm like, kind of understanding I know you don't always understand the why, but like, why would He put me there to get me here? And then I'm always afraid of quitting because like, what if you're right at the
cusp? Yeah.
I don't know.
No, and there's always the what ifs.
Yeah.
You don't want to quit, but that's where it goes back to what I said, the purpose. Is God's calling? If it's God's calling, you don't quit till you die. I mean, that's just it.
Yeah.
But, a job in like this, it might be an experience He's trying to teach you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I went to PCC because that's where God wanted me. And I left PCC because I felt that's what God wanted me to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking as a hypocrite, but I want you to understand that if He's not clearly speaking, is it because He just wants you to be still?
Yeah.
Or is it because you're not listening? So you do everything you can to stay pure, to be, spending time with Him. We talk to God through prayer. He talks to us through reading the Bible and the Holy Spirit. Also through sermons, also through life. I mean, I'm reading a secular book now that God's using to greatly impact and improve my life.
That's awesome.
But it's just what He has for me in this way. So you need to first go back to that main question. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Simultaneously, you can be looking for other jobs and seeing what's up here.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're going business to business and you make a great contact, that could be your next job.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how many business people have offered me jobs and careers because I did a good job selling to them.
Yeah.
So I would change your attitude. Not you have a bad attitude, but
no. I might.
Your attitude is huge, and some people call it the law of attraction. Some people call it the secret. There's 50 names, and a lot of it's secular, and it's very dangerous. But there is some truth to the law of attraction. When it talks about in the Bible, it talks about asking you'll receive. It talks about, and I'm not prosperity gospel either, that if you're really trying to make more money. That's not what I'm saying. Because
pray for our million before we started.
Yeah, no. That's not what I'm saying. Because you got to take everything in context, cover to cover in the Bible. Yeah. And you have to look, man, there's godly people who are rich, and there's godly people who are poor.
Yep.
There's ungodly people who are rich, and there's ungodly people who are poor. Foundationally, when you do right, you reap what you sow. So again, there's biblical truth in all of these, but the consistent thread is this: you do your best and hope in the direction, you have an honest, sincere heart for God's will. If you're praying and asking God for His wisdom in your will, you still need to be moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So you move forward and you do something if He's not talking right now.
Yeah.
Or He said, Tasheka, this is the direction you move, and you keep moving that direction until I tell you otherwise, like Moses.
Yeah.
Right? Moses spent 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay? But for most people, it's not that way. So you think of it like a soccer ball. If you were the soccer ball, until you kick yourself and move in a direction, God can't redirect you.
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey, this is where I'm going, and you're like, do, and God's like, no, I want you over here. He's going to boop.
Yeah.
Move you, like, instead of here, nope, there. And you're going to be perfectly fine because you're like, man, I just want what God wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super happy, and it'll be a blessing. It won't be stressful.
Yeah.
It'll be like, woohoo, everything's great. It's just good. Good just got great. Great,
yeah.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to be throwing out all these concepts and bits and fragments, but all things you need to consider to go back to that purpose. So sales can be fun. You make contests, you make games. You can say, when you go in, I'm going to close an account today. You know, this is going to happen. I'm going to make X number of calls. And that's the other thing. I'd start on the phone. Now, I know they say this is how I made my millions and this is how you should do it.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get people to sneak in. I mean, really, they're saying, we don't care about you as a bag of spaghetti. We just want the 5 accounts that stick.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I care about my spaghetti. I don't want to waste 95% of me to get you 5 accounts.
Exactly.
So,
but like, here's the thing. When you do phone calls, right? Because I'm sorry, I cut you.
Go.
No, when you do phone calls, right? Because they're not gonna train me on that because they don't believe in it. And there's thousands of the company has reached $1 billion because there's thousands of people who this has absolutely worked for, right? So they've gone in, they figure out, they do training all week, you know, every conference calls and different things like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I felt like I would be more comfortable if I learned the phone thing because then I don't mind going to people, but I want to have an appointment where I can sit down and like really get to know you and like really build value and talk you through it instead of, and they're like, the businesses are not as busy as you think. But I'm like, it's kind of like, hey, and then you got to build rapport. You have like 8 seconds. And I think the technique is a very good technique to learn just to be able to like build rapport and get somebody to almost trust you in a matter of like how much, 30 seconds? Literally, that's all you have. It's pretty cool. I think it's a very cool technique. But at the same time, I just don't know if it's for me.
Yeah, I mean, just because they have $1 billion company doesn't mean they built it on morals and values that you agree with.
Yeah.
The selling style may be perfectly fine, but it's not something you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
All right. So, but again, you have to think, for every 100 new recruits, how many stay past a year?
Yeah, probably not a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah. So the people who are there long term, they might have made their money doing that exact pattern.
Yeah.
But they're the rarity and exception.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they might have more than likely have, I don't want to generalize, but people just walk in and sell and, you know, not take no for an answer kind of deal. In some ways, that's good, the right mentality. Like, never quit. Like, I used to be like, you're either going to say yes, or it's not a no, it's just a not today, which I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Or you're going to, like, arrest me for harassment. I mean, I'm not quitting. I mean, it's like, give me a seat and I'll stop coming. There's been maybe, like, 3 customers in my history of life that I just stopped going to. 2 of them because I didn't like them. Only one person was like, don't come back here. Yeah. And that was because other people in my corporation. It wasn't something that I personally did.
Yeah.
So saying that, again, I'm speaking from experience, not just textbook theory. You sound pretty passionate about how much you hate the job.
I know. I feel so bad, but I do. I
feel bad. Yeah. I mean, you feel passionate that you don't like the job. You feel passionate that it's not the way you feel comfortable selling.
Yeah. So
you really just have, in my opinion, the decision, okay, try it your way, because if you're going to be looked upon as a success or failure in other people's eyes, the only opinions that counts is God and yours.
Yeah, it's true.
So you need to say, are you going to be disappointed in yourself if you leave without selling? So if you're going to be disappointed in yourself, then figure out how to sell before you go. And if you want to try the phone, try the phone. I mean, you can make so many more phone calls in the time you can drive around or walk around and sweat and be freezing cold if it's winter. I mean, whatever it is, okay? Yeah. So you need to think through that return on investment. The other thing is, do you sell life insurance?
I don't, because that's something that, like, you can get licensed for, but my boss is like, I've never, like, she makes so much money doing what she's doing that she doesn't really have the need for that. But and I kind of wish they would give you the autonomy to kind of run the business the way you want to. Like, if I feel like calling's better for me, let me call. Like, each day I have to say how many business I went to, what time I started, what time I stopped, how many, like, actual demonstrations I got in throughout the day. And, like, lately it's just been getting worse and worse. And sometimes, honestly, I feel guilty because I waste time. Because I, like, sit in the car because I'm like, I don't want to get out. I don't want to get out.
Yeah, I'm going to put together a video on those 7 steps, a series on the 7 steps of selling. And I'm going to put together a series on just sales. And all those techniques and all those things are going to help you. But nothing will help you if you hate what you're doing.
Yeah.
People smell it.
Yeah.
Fear. They just smell the fear. They smell the lack of confidence. Like I said, when you're using that word, if you see value, if I was sitting across the table, I don't care what they tell you. I'm like, if I see value, do you see value? And if you don't see value, get out of my office. I mean, really, if you're selling me a product that there might be value in it, really? I don't buy, dreams. I buy reality.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they're putting a lot of requirements on if you're saying they're almost to the point of micromanaging what you're doing, some people do that to help you.
Yeah, I believe it's from a heart of help. I really do.
Well, but at the same time, if you want to try phone calls,
why not?
What are they going to do? Stop your paycheck?
I know. that I don't have from the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, give it that last effort. Try phone calling. If you are going face-to-face, where are you detaching? Are you having the hardest time getting the discussion, or are you not able to close it once you're in the discussion, or both?
Right now, as I walk in, I have this mental game I play in my car, like, okay, get out. Okay, 5 more minutes. Get out the car. Get out the car. Okay, get out. So get out the car, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I walk in, and lately, I honestly haven't been giving my all. Like, first, you're supposed to kind of build rapport. You're supposed to go in like, hey, how long have you guys been around here? Like, kind of figure something to connect on.
Prepare, greet, rapport, qualify, demo, close, follow-up.
Yep. So then kind of like, hey, how you doing? Okay, yep. Hey, I'm actually just kind of introducing myself. We deal with a lot of businesses in the area. If you have a business, you kind of work like, oh, I was just with this business and this business, kind of just stopping by to introduce myself. We talk to all the employees and business owners about cancer. And then you're kind of like, not the most pleasant topic, but definitely seems to be affecting a lot of people. They say you can try to pull a cancer story if you can. It'll help them connect. And then kind of like, hey, it only take a few minutes and you kind of pull it out, because they'll stop you if they're like, no, I don't have time right now.
What are the main things that people think when you walk up?
Salesman. I think so. Well, I learned to carry my bag. So now it's customer. Because before, I got kicked out of a place. A lady screamed at me, told me her whole family died from cancer. So I was like, okay. So, but I was really new. And now I just put it in my bag. So now it's more like customer.
Okay. When you walk up to somebody, we got to wrap this up for time's sake.
Yeah.
People are thinking, who is this person? What do they want? How do I get rid of them?
Exactly, yeah.
So you can write that down so you don't forget. Who is this person? What do they want? How do I get rid of them? Why they're thinking that is because it's natural. They're used to being sold and burned, and you're wasting my time. So what you have to answer in seconds is, who are you? What do you want? And how can you stay?
Yeah.
Why? But you have to think of it with you attitude, meaning the business owner. How are you going to benefit that business owner? Okay? So when you walk in, like that introduction, hey, I'm just here to introduce myself. Or what else did you say? I'm just passing through. Or you said something. How do you introduce yourself? Do they teach you?
Oh, sorry, I was taking notes. You go. There's a couple different scripts. But one of them is like, hey, I'm just kind of introducing myself. We talked to all the businesses in the area about cancer.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Well, then that's just saying I'm a salesman. I'm trying to look for any opportunity to sell. Yeah. You're coming off as desperate right off the bat.
Yeah.
Man, be confident. Like I'd be walking in, and if I was walking in, I'd say, hey, how are you today? To whoever's at the desk or the counter, and I'd be just real polite. And I always ask the same question 2 or 3 times. How are you?
Yeah.
I might ask it in a different way because everybody says, how are you? And they don't mean it. I want them to know I really mean it. Like, hey, how you doing? Good? You having a good day? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So the morning's been going well. And by the 3rd time, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, actually, I had a crappy morning. I spilled coffee on myself, blah. And now you can shoot the breeze, and that wall came down.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And then say, I am Tesheka, right?
Yeah.
I work with this company. I mean, that's my approach.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to be arrogant.
Yeah.
And obviously these people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing from building a $1 billion business.
Yeah.
Hiring and firing the masses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not building a business what's best for you.
Yeah.
You know what's best for them.
Yeah.
So I personally think if you go with the top producers, you're going to see that they do things very differently. Probably most of their business is based on referrals.
But what if that's you eventually get there. Like she's like, you need to start asking for referrals, but I can't develop the beginning stage to even get to the referral.
Yeah, so this is what I do. I walk in, and first off, you just say, you pray, God, help me to do my best and accept my best. That's it.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Help you be bold, dynamic, charismatic, whatever you feel comfortable praying.
Yeah.
I'll pray all the time.
Yeah.
And then I go in there, and then I'm just like, hey, I'm Dave. How are you? Good. I work with so-and-so, and we have great products for companies such as yourself. Who's the owner? Are you the manager? Whatever it is, just be blunt, man.
Yeah.
And you can be blunt, I can tell. I mean, so just be blunt. Don't be rude, but be blunt.
Yeah.
And be like, at least they know what you're coming from. You're not pretending to be not a salesman.
Yeah.
What you're basically doing now is pretending I'm here to help. No, you're here to help them maybe, but you're there to sell.
Yeah.
So you're coming off different than 9 out of 10 other salespeople.
Yeah.
So now you're telling them right up front. And if they blow you off, say, no problem. I understand you get a lot of salespeople. Say, I really do rep a great company, though, and there's a lot of value in my product. Say, here's my name and number. If you can just pass this on, it might be worth – no, it might be. But, it'll be worth your time if you just take the time to have a conversation with me. 5 minutes, we can evaluate what your needs are. Is this a right fit or not? Every time you meet with me, you're going to have 3 outcomes. 1, congratulations. You're doing a great job. Stay where you're at. 2, hey, you're doing a really good job, but here's some tweaks that'll save you some money, but you really don't need me. 3, man, we can absolutely help you save time, money, and bring value to your entire team. So give them a set time and don't say 5 minutes to take an hour. Maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 15, but give them a realistic time period that you can evaluate what they're doing and you can push them your solution, okay?
Yeah.
And at the end, it is, let's go. Can you see your reasons not to do this? Zig Ziglar, I picture that guy's face. He's a classic. He's like, not interested? You look at him like, are you crazy? You're not interested in the widget 2050? And the guy he was classic.
Yeah.
You can go as cheesy as you want or as professional as you want, but at the end of the day, people are people.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, it's who are you? What do you want? How do I get rid of them? She's like, I'm Takesha. I'm with company X, and I'm here to help you guys have peace of mind when you're out of the office.
Yep.
Whatever you're going to say.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can say, I'm here to wash your car. I mean, that might actually get, always try to get people to laugh. What? Say, yeah, I'm going to wash your car. If you give me the opportunity to present and I can't bring you value, I'll wash the car. I mean, do something off the book.
Yeah.
You can wash the car, though. Yeah. So, or you can say, how far away is the nearest car wash?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be careful as a lady.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to do something really off the books. If you're talking with another lady business owner who's not weird, you can say, all right, the closest thing's 15 minutes away. That's all I need. If you get to the auto place and by that time you don't think there's value, I'll pay for the car wash.
Yeah.
And then we go back and we won't talk about it. We'll talk about something else you love. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff, and it depends on your budget. It depends how bold you want to be. Depends where you live. I don't really want to get in the car with strangers, but I mean, I've done stuff that's absolutely nuts, and I look back and but we've closed the deal.
Yeah.
So that's just how you get it. So you got to find a way to make it fun too.
Yeah.
Don't every day you're telling me you're dreading it. You got to find a way to make it fun. Challenge yourself each day. Pick something random and stupid. I'm going to get somebody to get me a Coke today.
Yeah.
I'm going to get me They're going to help me get a piece of paper and a pen to leave a note. I mean, make up stupid things, because what you're doing is you're learning how to communicate, control your audience. Not control in a negative way, but to control the flow. Yeah. I worked in a company when I was in college, and it was a retail, because I was working full time, going to school full time, was married full time, had a side business tutoring people. I mean, we were just go, 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 go. So after a while, sales got boring.
Yeah.
We were actually good at it, thank God, but it still gets boring if you don't keep it fresh.
Yeah, I get bored.
Exactly. So what we do is, I had a buddy, and I said, we have a hat, a literal hat. And we have like notes in there of crazy scenarios. So like, have the next person do this.
Oh, that's cool.
And one time this lady walked in, I was like, I pulled it. Have this person do something that, like, there's no way you'd expect that person to do it. Yeah. And a literal 70-year-old woman. And she, like, was the furthest thing away. People were actually betting money at the counter that I couldn't do it. Got it done. And it wasn't because I manipulated her. It's because I enjoyed talking to her. We built trust. And I gave her the confidence that she could do that crazy thing that was on the card. No, I didn't tell her about the card, but I was trying to build her confidence up, and then she bought. Okay? Yeah. And that's retail sales. That's easy because they're coming to you.
Yeah.
You're going out to them, so it's a little more difficult. But I do know that, for with God, nothing shall be impossible. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me.
Yeah.
I really believe, who was a great general that said, I'm as safe on the battlefield as I am in my chair at home, because God was with him. He knew what was calling. He couldn't fail.
Yeah.
I think it was Stonewall Jackson, but I don't want to misquote. But just realize that that's why it keeps going back to, what's your purpose? Is this where God wants you? And if he doesn't want you here, should you be becoming successful before you leave? Or should you just pick up and cut your losses and go?
Yeah.
So only you can answer that. I can give you advice. I can give you scenarios. I can give you stories, but that's on you. So sales-wise, try what you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Talk to people on the phone. That's going to be a new challenge. How do you get through the gatekeeper? Now, it's true. You're going to get blown off more on the phone.
That's what their point is.
100%. But you can make 30 calls in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're replacing, it's the Walmart philosophy. Quantity with, margin.
Yeah.
I made phone call, no joke. I mean, the industry I'm in now, consulting this company, their annual, gross sales for a good rep is $3 million. I was training a guy the other day on the phone, made one call, and it was $3 million.
Wow.
Right from the phone. Now, that's God.
Yeah.
What are the odds you get somebody like that? Yeah. But I can tell you, for me, they're very high. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Because I know God, I do my best, God brings the increase.
Yeah. Always. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. We talked a lot. We covered a lot of stuff. Forgive me if I didn't sleep well last night, so forgive me if I was a little scatterbrained.
No.
But those are some things, they're going to teach you the technique of closing in sales.
Yeah.
What I'm shocked at is that if you find value in this, that's absurd to me.
Yeah.
You find value. Look at this value. Look how great this read is. I mean, there's no question. You have to be insane not to see value in this.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So that's the kind of attitude you have to go in. So go with the attitude, have fun, look for the opportunity, be honest with them why you're there. Say, listen, I'm here to help. Say, this is what I do for a living. Most people think this is a waste of their time, but if they just give me 5 or 10 minutes, they see the value in it.
Yeah.
That's it. So each day, don't be doing the same stuff.
Yeah. I got to switch it up because I am going insane, literally.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah.
And we'll keep talking and we'll keep sending you questions and I'll try to answer them. The specifics, the more specific you are, the better I can answer it. Because there's some that I was like, that's so general. I don't want to like focus it on one point, and then it's like, well, that's not what you're talking about. So if you were to end, pick one more question to end with, like to prepare yourself for tomorrow. What's the one question you want to ask?
I need to switch it up. Obviously, if I'm going out tomorrow, I need to switch it up. I can't wake up one more day just doing it. I can't. So
Stop saying you can't.
Okay, not that, but you know what I mean.
Could. You don't want
to. But I don't want to.
There's nothing wrong with not wanting to do it, but don't say I can't. I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me.
Okay.
Don't say that's a mental lie you're telling yourself. So cut that out.
Okay, done. So I should, right? I could if I wanted to, but if I choose not to tomorrow and I say, hey, I'm gonna give this like calling on the phone a try. I just need your best advice for real quick for just cold calling on the phone. I know it's probably a longer process, but just like a little tip, and like, who should I call? Like, how do I get because they're not going to train me on how to call.
Okay. Start with smaller businesses to practice on.
Where do I get their numbers?
Okay. Geographically, do you live in an area with a lot of businesses?
Oh, good size, good amount. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And again, you got to go back to what's your target.
Uh-huh. We don't have one, though.
Really. I know, but you make your target. This is your world. Yeah. They can't tell you what to do. They're not paying you. All right? Get up in your head. You're an employee when you receive money. All right? When somebody pays me, I listen a lot better, okay? I've had jobs, feast or famine, and I made sure it was a feast.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if I'm listening to what they're saying and I'm not eating, that ain't working. I got 2 kids and a wife that I love, and we're eating. So, saying that, when you call up, have an outline, not a script.
Okay.
These are the things I'm trying to say in this order. And I'm big into ratios, and I might make a video just on ratios. Mm-hmm. But it's like the number of calls you make lead to how many gatekeepers. How many gatekeepers you get through to the right contact. From the right contact, how many phone pitches do you get that sets the interview or the presentation, and how many presentations do you make to make the sale. Now you have a progression that leads to a ratio. For every X calls, I get Y sales. And then you can also see where the breakdown is in the sales process, where you need to work on. So that to me is a beautiful way to do it. Try to, put numbers to everything. Okay. Yeah. So the first thing you ask is, where do I get the list? There's a site you can type in, probably start with the Chamber of Commerce or look for a list.
Chamber of Commerce is good, yeah.
Yeah, businesses in your town, largest businesses in your town, maybe pick a niche. I love nonprofits. And I love helping nonprofits because some nonprofits are absolute scumbags and they're just embezzling money. Yeah. Some nonprofits are really helping the community and they just can't get enough funds to do the mission. So I love helping nonprofits so they can get more funds to do God's work. So you just pick your, what you feel. But right now, I just start with businesses with like less than 15 employees.
Okay.
Okay. Now, because this is your practice, you want to screw up on the little ones. Yeah. So you're ready for the big ones. Now, you might run across a big one. Don't say, I can't talk to you. You have 500 employees. No. Yeah. But just go into it and take notes. You're not beating yourself up. But what you're saying is, okay, I learned from this experience. You don't fail.
Yeah.
You learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
You learn. It's just you pay to go to college. Now you're getting paid soon to learn, right? Yeah. So that's you. So I go in, I get a list wherever it's from, Chamber of Commerce. I go on. There's a site called Hoovers.
Okay.
Hoovers. And you can actually do searches, and they try to sell you a subscription. But you can go in there and search for businesses and get so many free tries. Mm-hmm. And you can also do workarounds where you basically close the browser, open another browser, and go right back in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it because I've used it before, and I didn't pay for the subscription. I got what I needed and left.
Yeah.
And every industry has specialty sites if you decide to pick an industry. So the list isn't magic. It doesn't matter who you call.
Just call.
Just call. And that can be, just keep in mind going ahead. My goal is to get a presentation set up. My goal is to get a presentation set up. I am going to, in the Bible, what does Satan say before the fall? Over and over and over again. I believe it's in Isaiah. Before
what fall?
Before he falls, like when he betrays God. Do you remember? He says, I will, I will, I will.
Oh, yeah, he does that. Yeah.
All right, will is crap. Will is satanic. You know, I will do something. That's, tomorrow, someday. That crap's never going to happen.
Huh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I was sitting in a mastermind group, and the guy was talking about 2 months ago, and he said something, and I was like, huh. I'm like, and he wasn't talking about this topic, and I really feel like God was showing me, Satan says, I will, which is empty, vain promises, because he's a loser.
Yeah.
What's God saying?
I can't. Huh?
Who is God? The great.
Oh, I am.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. And that's what we should represent ourselves. I am Dave Pasqualone.
Yeah.
I am Tasheka.
Yeah.
I am not special because I'm Dave Pasqualone. I'm special because the Spirit of God lives in me, and greater is He in you than greater is He, the little He, the Satan in the world. I can squash that bastard, forgive the crudeness. He can beat me up in the force. When I die, I'm going to heaven. He's going to the pit of fire, and he's going to burn, all right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hate Satan. And, great. If I'm wrong, God will correct me. But right now, he's a scumbag who hurts everybody, and he's bringing millions and billions of people to hell.
Yeah.
I think he's a loser, and he can do what he wants to me, but God's going to protect me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you go into sales with that kind of mentality. I am going to sell something. I am going to glorify God. I am going to make money. So I am is action. It's happening. It's real.
Yeah.
I will is crap, empty promises. So forgive the technical terminology here.
No, I love it.
Yeah. So go in there and pick up that phone, and that approach should be, hey, how are you? Again, they're thinking, how do I get rid of this person? Say, I'm Tesheka. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how we help companies. Have you looked at this lately? And then shut up.
Yeah.
And then you should have, the only list I ever have by me when I make phone calls, when I start with a company, there was one time I had 11 companies I was repping at once. Different companies, different industries, but I was being like a brand evangelist, so I had a lot of crap going on, right? I didn't want to forget, so I keep outlines. Scripts, they just mess me up. It makes me a robot. I don't do scripts. Outlines keep me going. I make sure I don't skip huge points.
Yeah. So
you should have an outline by you, and then I would have a list of my top 10 objections.
Okay.
And then that way, if somebody says something, you can not only hear their objection and think on the spot, but you go back to that list and answer it, or you figure out, okay, they got me on this one.
Yeah.
So you know what? I don't know. That's a great question. You can give me 24 hours. Would you mind if I call you back tomorrow? Or today's what? Wednesday? I don't even know. Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? That's a great question. I'm going to have to do some research on that. What works better for you, tomorrow or Monday, for me to call you back with the answer? What choice did I just give you?
You gave him either tomorrow or Wednesday. I mean, whatever the day is. So he can't say no.
But I didn't say, can I call you back?
Oh, yeah. You didn't give him a choice.
I gave him the choice I wanted.
Yeah.
Am I calling you back tomorrow or Monday? I assume the conversation because I have value. I am Dave Pasqualone. I am God's child. I am bringing you value. You've already invested 10 minutes with me. What's 5 more?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Again, you got to have that and you got to remember, to me, it's a hunt. And you hear people say it's a hunt. The thrill of the hunt, or, you hear the game of numbers. Focus on that good. See, you haven't had a sale yet in this area.
I had one sale that's kind of going through, and then my boss, she went out with me the first week, and everything that she kind of made, she gave to me because it's 100% commission. But
have you had your sale yet?
One.
So you've walked in, you've created the opportunity, you've taken and seized the opportunity, and you've had that. How did that feel?
I mean, honestly, I thought I was going to come out, and I don't know. I thought okay.
Whoa. Was that the one with your boss or a different one?
No, this was by myself. I did feel great. I felt like my day went a little bit better, but that's another thing. Like, I'm not as excited. Like, you know how you're like, yeah, like, and I'm typically like a super excited person. Like, I'm not like a not excited person.
All right, then we need to back up. So you actually had a sale you closed.
Yeah.
Then what was keeping you from being excited? What were you thinking?
I was like, now I got to go to 10 other businesses and try this again. Because I was because I don't like to go on business to business. So when I was in the moment, it was amazing, right? Because he was a talker. He talked my ear off, and I loved it because I was like, this is like an hour and a half, and like this is pretty cool getting to know him, and like we just hit it off really well. And then like I kind of went into it, and I also felt like he bought it, but I couldn't tell if he like really like bought into it, or was he just buying it? It was really weird. Like, he didn't have like, thank you so much. This is very valuable. But I had to come back to him recently for him to sign something else. And he was like, yeah, no problem. But it was weird. It was really weird.
All right. When you get a sale, you should be, I'm not telling you how you should be, how you should feel, but the normal reaction is to be excited.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I did it. And then you get the commission check, and that feels really good. And you're like, wow, if I can make this much off that sale, how much can I make off a bigger sale?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you have one. So before you go pick up the phone, before you go knocking on doors, if you pick up the phone, get that script like we talked about. Get the outlining and go for it, right? Have fun with it. Expect rejection, but look for that first presentation. That's your victory, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to go door knocking, be blunt. Say, hey, I sell this. We help companies. We protect employees. In this crazy economy where government's trying to be your proctologist, we're going to help you. All right? Yeah. And again, forgive the crudeness, but our government's against small business. In Florida, any day now, they're trying to increase the workers' comp rates by 17% across the board pretty much overnight. That's going to break small business owners where they're either forcing them to work people illegally or they shut their doors.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But what you have to remember is that's the type of treatment these business owners get every day. So you need to bring them truth and a fresh breath of honesty. Yeah. And say, listen, if you give me X minutes, I can show you value. And if we walk away and it's not the right fit, hey, who cares? Or not who cares? But, that's I can accept that. But at least we become friends for other endeavors,
But I hate when I get the like it only you tell them it's only gonna be like a certain amount of time. What is it? Like, what is it about? Like, what do you like? I hate.
Okay, that's where your company says don't tell them, and I'm telling you, tell them.
Yeah.
Say we sell blank. We help businesses have that peace of mind that something happens to their employees. There's insurance there. We solve problems that people don't want to think about.
Yeah.
And I just had a guy yesterday, I got an email while I was taking a vacation day. One of my clients, who is a personal friend now after we did business, I met him, we became casual friends, and we did business. Now we're really tight friends, and he just had one of his employees die. Just bang, dead. Only 62 years old. They found him in his bathroom. Well, the problem with that is, who's paying the funeral bills? The guy doesn't have, from what I understand, wife and kids. He's alone. So now this business owner, he's a good man. He's probably going to foot the tab. If he paid $11 a month, he'd have insurance to pay for all this.
Yeah.
So find what benefits the owners and go after that.
Yeah.
Talk about what benefits them, not what benefits you, not what benefits the company. And if I'm working for a company that says don't tell them why you're there, man, that's a form of dishonesty.
No, I said that. They never told me that.
Go back and listen to this video. It came across like you said, why are you here? What do you want? What are you selling? Like, I thought you were implying that the company tells you to go into the sales presentation without telling them really why you want the meeting.
You don't want to say like insurance. You can tell them if they say, "Is this insurance?" You absolutely tell them. They're not typically dishonest. That's the one thing.
Okay, good. Okay. I the comment that was said, maybe I misheard. I thought you were saying they were like kind of like a vacuum cleaner salesman. Oh, we're going to give you a free analysis of your carbon fiber, and they're just trying to sell you a vacuum.
No.
All right, cool. So, all right, good. Well, door to door, just be yourself, cut right to the chase. Tell them I just need a couple minutes. I want to ask you some questions, know what you're doing, know about you, know about your business. You can talk to somebody and talk 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. They talk for an hour, and they walk out thinking you're the greatest girl in the world. And you didn't even tell them anything about yourself, but you listened.
Yeah.
Make sure you're using their first name. The sweetest sound to their ears is their first name. You know, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah.
Great book. If you're making phone calls, again, expect rejection, but make it a game. How many calls is it going to take to get to the decision maker? How many calls is it going to take to get my first meeting set up? And I'm telling you, once you get that meeting, you're talking like at least 50-50 odds, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So see, what they're saying is you got a 5% chance to get a meeting by going door to door. Yeah. And I'm saying that you make phone calls, you got a 1% chance to get the meeting maybe, but you can knock out the volume where you're more than making up for it. And then you got a 50-50 chance to close a sale. Yeah. And then we have another conversation on how to close a sale in person, you know? Yeah. There's tons of moving parts in this, but your not attitude, like you have a bad attitude, but your outlook on this job is terrible, and it might be because it's not where you're supposed to be. But only when God can decide that. I'm telling you, there's dysfunction in your attitude. You have to decide why there's dysfunction.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree.
All right?
100%, yep.
All right, why don't you close this in prayer and we'll go for the day.
All right.
Email me any questions you have, or if you try it, I want to hear successes too. I got my set up, let me know. Or I feel like I'm getting calls and I'm hitting a wall, try to shoot me an email. I'll try to send you a response.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for this day, Lord. Thank you for just the ability to discuss this, Lord, and Mr. Pasqualone's ability and just willingness to help me, Lord. I pray that you just bless us both, Lord. Help him to have a good day, Lord. And thank you for just the meeting today, Lord. And just keep us safe, Lord. Keep our family safe. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, listen, if you need anything, call me. Okay. Have a great day. Like I said, don't quit for quitting's sake because it's hard. You quit something because it's God telling you it's time to move on. You got it?
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
Catch you later, Tasheka.